Hello, and thank you for watching and listening to this short subject, Coercion, Intervention, and Countermeasure Planning. We've seen recently in the news a lot of very sensitive personal content being leaked and a lot of threats of blackmail and other types of abuse of the information that was stolen around the world with fairly significant implications. And that can't be overlooked from a security posture standpoint. But it is a very sensitive topic and one that is very difficult to deal with. So let's look at this for a moment. So you have an individual at home accessing their own personal website and their own personal content, and they are in no way affiliated with their business at all. A bad actor breaks into that environment and steals personal information. And what happens is that bad actor can research the individuals that they've stolen, find them out on social media and understand who they are, and then unfortunately for the companies, build a connection between the person that is operating in their personal lives and their work persona. And when that happens, the bad actor can easily then associate that work persona with a certain company and then use information about that company to understand what types of information they could potentially steal and then go after them for that. And that's where the coercion model comes in. So the bad actor contacts the individual using their personal contact information, and that individual uses their business contact access to log into sensitive systems, take information, and return it to the bad actor because they don't want to be exposed. Now, traditional countermeasures, things like analytics and malware prevention and identity access, none of these things are going to be effective in the prevention of this type of invasion, because there's no behavioral analytics that are going to tell you this person is a bad actor. They're not about to be fired. They're not upset with the company. They're not posting negative things on social media. Nor is it an external threat like a malware or command and control or a phishing attack. So what really needs to happen is the establishment of an agreement between HR and legal and the technology teams within a company to build safeguards into an environment that protect not only the information, but the individuals. Things like safe harbor agreements, where if an individual is compromised, they can go to HR and legal and say, I've done some things that I shouldn't have done or that I'm not proud of in my personal life. In no way did I share corporate credentials, but I've been compromised and I need help. And then, of course, the security systems that will support a user that is trying to do the right thing to make sure that they can allow the bad actor to believe that they're getting the information they wanted so that that person isn't compromised. So let's look at how that might happen. So the first thing we're going to do is take off the table all of the things that can't be affected or changed by technology. You can't stop a hacker from breaking into a non-affiliated third-party website. You can't stop that hacker from Googling all of the names that they've stolen from that other site and finding out more about all of the individuals that they've gotten email addresses or billing information from. You then can't stop those people from learning what companies that all these individuals work for and potentially understanding what business these people are in and what information might be valuable. You also can't stop the bad actor from emailing a personal email address. So we're going to take all that off the table, and instead we're going to focus on three elements of technology that can be implemented within the enterprise, namely identity and access management and governance, and behavioral checks against those things, including fail-safe credentials and fail-safe passwords, end-to-end analytics in the entire environment to be able to proxy information and controls between all of the different aspects of security. And then finally, database masking and honeypot databases so that when information needs to be requested that is for malicious purposes, you can feed that data back without giving out sensitive company information, but having it look like it is sensitive company information. So what can happen is when this user is contacted by a bad actor, they can log in with a secondary credential set, which will automatically alert the analytics platform and have the database serve out dummy data or masked data. And at the same time, initiate an investigation in the network as to all of the credentials and properties and attributes of the data that is being accessed, the way it's being accessed, and what's happening on the employee's computer while this information is being requested, and ultimately deliver back redacted or phony data to the bad actor. And what this will do is it will ultimately safeguard the information of the company. It will safeguard the integrity of the individual, and it will give the bad actor what they think they're looking for. Now, this is not a foolproof method in any way, but it is a creative way of solving a very complex problem that traditional security safeguards will simply not be able to catch. And so I give you this thought from a psychology perspective, and that is from a behaviorism, to apply controls by changing the environment in such a way as to reinforce the kind of behavior that benefits everyone. That's what you need to be striving for from a security posture, because security is not just about technology. It is also about individuals and the behavior of those individuals and how the organization treats individuals that may find themselves in this rather unpleasant situation. So it's just one more thing to think about as you build out your security environment. Thank you for your time.